Hey guys, what's going on? Zephyrnix here. I really want you guys to come and check this out. I was actually looking on the PlayStation blog today, and I came across this particular video that I really want to show everyone.
Jeff Rubenstein backstage at CES 2012. I'm joined by Santa Monica Senior Manager Dave Thatch. Dave, you've got a pretty cool thing here. About a few months ago, we saw a video where we saw little snippets of some of the augmented reality things that Vita is capable of, and now we're seeing it in person, and it's pretty amazing to see it.
Basically, the power of the Vita is what's allowing us to do what we're calling wide area augmented reality, or WAR. So every single Vita is going to ship with these 6 cards. And we're going to have 3 games available day one launch. They're all going to be free for Vita owners that use these cards. So this is going to be ultimately become a common vocabulary for a lot of different experiences on the Vita. And table soccer uses all 6 cards, so it's a really interesting experience, and you literally see a soccer stadium come to life right before your eyes. We're going to select a couple soccer powerhouses here, so let's stick with Argentina. So all the cards are numbered from 1 to 6. I'm going to take the first 3. Card 1, card 2, card 3, lay them out. Go ahead and pick up the Vita, and as you can see, I will get a soccer stadium right before your eyes. There we go. Now, if the stadium's a little bit small, you're playing with a large table, you can go ahead and you can adjust the size of the field. So by adjusting those 2 cards, I just made the goals go a little further out. So every good soccer stadium needs bleachers. So I'm going to take these next 2 cards, and we'll go ahead and go with the home team and the away team. And so there we go, and they're just going to pop right up out of the ground. The whole point of playing a competitive sport is to keep score, right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw another card out there that's going to function as my scoreboard. Okay, so now I have my whole environment set up. Okay, so now that we have our stadium, we have our environment, let's go ahead and let's start playing soccer. So you can actually play 2-player ad hoc or through infrastructure as well. So 2 Vitas, 1 set of cards, and then the experience is however you maneuver around the playing field. It remembers where the cards are, so you can go ahead and zoom in and get really close to the field, zoom back out, and then it keeps everything within the context of the playing field. So as you can see, it actually does factor in the size of the playing space. It factors in the velocity of where you touch it and how you touch it, and you can do all kinds of really crazy things too. Like you can actually swipe men in half circles and have them run around guys. So you're not limited to very simple gestures. It actually registers complex gestures. So it's a lot of fun. I know I'm definitely looking forward to when I get my Vita playing a lot with my son.
Now, as you pretty much heard there, basically what he did was he used cards, right? These cards had different pictures on them. These pictures represented different parts in a reality that he was able to go ahead and put together, and thus they created kind of like, a universe, if you will, in this particular case, a soccer field. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is not because to show the power of the PlayStation Vita. Oh God, no. This can be done on the PlayStation, on Nintendo 3DS as well. And seeing that the camera is actually better on the 3DS, it probably do it a lot better. That's not the point, though. What I am saying is this: imagine what can be done by using this particular type of technology. Now, yes, this has actually been done on the PlayStation 3 already. So that's we've already seen it for the most part, but take it to the next level. At that particular point, what happened is that you were forced to go ahead and have the camera sitting at a certain angle, and then, and you couldn't move that camera, and you had to place the cards right in front of that camera. Now imagine that you having your PlayStation Vita or your 3DS. Imagine you putting a card down. Let's pull out a game real quick. Let's just say Pokemon, okay? You know what? Let's make something that might be actually multi-platform. So let's say Magic the Gathering, okay? So you put out your first card, You put out your first card, and the first card, what happens is that the machine will actually see it and bring up a 3D version of it, right? Well, that's cool, right? Well, that's already been done on PlayStation 3. But now imagine you able to go ahead and walk around the playing field any way you see fit. And it'll automatically go ahead and bring things to life. You can actually look around your actual character, look on the top of his head and, below, whatever you want to do. Imagine this taking regular games that we are used to already playing, such as Monopoly or such as, checkers, chess. Now, imagine chess, for example. Imagine the grand return of battle chess. Well, Granted, you won't see that because it's actually licensed. Someone tried to do it already, and they actually stopped that. But imagine a grand return of a battle chess-like game where you're actually playing on a chessboard, and because the machines can go ahead and pick up which particular piece is what, you can actually see the characters in their own particular form. You can see a king, you can see a queen, a knight, a rook, etc., etc. Think about that. It could actually literally, games like Battleship, games that we took for granted can actually be reimagined through this particular type of technology. Do I think it's going to happen? Yeah, I really do. I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen pretty fast. Pretty much we're at the point right now where it's just the win. Definitely we have jumped into a very interesting generation rather, where we can actually experience this. I really can't wait. Am I going to get a PlayStation Vita? Absolutely, but I'm going to wait until the price drops. All jokes aside, I advise you guys to do the same, and I'll do another video on this later on. But I highly advise you to do wait till the price drops, and believe me, you won't be waiting for very long. But I'll do a video later on. I'm also planning to get a 3DS as well. I believe that this is actually a really good deal, and it's really worth getting. Let's try to think of something else for a second. Let's think of, maybe on a 3DS, for example, imagine Pokemon. Now, instead of having to deal with the whole Pokemon in terms of, the game actually, which, by the way, I'm not saying they're going to get rid of it, but you get the idea. Imagine them using cards, right? Taking cards, and now, bang, these cards, say you put down a Pikachu. Well, now you see a Pikachu come to life, You can see a Pikachu do multiple attacks. Imagine the next Pokemon Stadium game being just like that. Ooh, interesting. I caught your attention with that one, right? Imagine the next Pokemon Stadium being an augmented reality game. Heck, imagine the next Digimon. Imagine the next Raikai. Imagine the next Metabots. So I don't think they do Metabots anymore, but you get the idea. Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, anything. As long as it has a picture on it, for the most part, as long as it has a picture on it, and that picture is actually on file, you can use it. Now, with that being said, a lot of my cards in my collection, at first I was going to say, yay, it's great, I can go ahead and pull out my collection now, and I can actually play, Yu-Gi-Oh to the next level. But unfortunately, sadly, the cards that I have, my original deck, there's a lot of cards in there that's not even registered. Like seriously, if you look on it, it doesn't even have the actual numbers on the bottom, on the lower corner there. I'm not sure exactly why, but as I understand it, they're cards that I cannot use in tournaments. Nonetheless, though, I digress with that. This is definitely an interesting thing that I'm really interested in seeing it through. So I just thought I'd kind of share my thoughts with augmented reality and that particular video with you guys. You guys have a good night.